What's up, kids?
What's going down?
Welcome back to Snackcast. Today we are talking food sensitivity versus food allergy and histamines in food. So let me set the stage for why we're talking about this, right?
Okay.
So you and my wife did the food sensitivity tests through Everlywell.
Yes.
And while valuable, we know they miss some key things, like your peanut allergy,
Right.
which is quite severe, and they didn't catch it.
Right.
So my wife has been going to, they're actually called VIPMD. They're nationwide. And she's been going to one of their physicians, and they're kind of a preventative medicine in a way. And he wanted to run the all-cat food allergy. So it's not food sensitivity. It's a true allergen test, right?
Okay. So allergy, you're producing antibodies to fight versus just some sort of reaction?
You would know that better than me.
That's what I think. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Yeah. All I know is it can't be good for you. Right.
Right.
So the first thing we did was we kind of compared her food sensitivity to the allergy test. And like we just talked about, it wasn't spot on, the food sensitivity. They missed a lot. They even named some stuff she was sensitive to that the allergy test said was not true. Right.
Okay.
So I follow a thread on Reddit called it's r/keto, right?
Right.
And somebody there started talking one day about histamine foods. I had never heard of histamine foods. I'm like, what? But it automatically triggered.
For reference, we were just talking about histamines and especially drugs, antihistamines in the allergy world.
Right. So it obviously that's what I'm like. Well, antihistamine. So histamine is an allergy, right? So, anyways, I started looking at lists of histamine foods, and lo and behold, it tracks fairly closely to the things that's on my wife's avoid list from the all-cat test.
So histamine foods are going to be what's our population most likely to be allergic to?
Yeah. If they naturally have histamines in them, and we usually take Benadryl when we encounter a histamine.
But I mean, do they naturally have histamines in them, or are we talking the food has changed so much over the last 60 years that they are now have severe reactionary?
I wouldn't doubt that that's part of it at all. So we printed a foods to avoid, and like to your point, one of them is cheese.
Fermented dairy products such as cheese, yogurt, sour cream, buttermilk, and kefir. Milk, we throw right on that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, those products as a whole are not remotely close. This is what I was saying. Those products as a whole, and I know this because I'm reading a book about the dairy industry right now, and those products as a whole are not even close to being what they used to be.
Well, and I would say like the cheeses, right? It's become such a big business. I think cheese historically was almost an artisan type thing. If you were a cheesemaker, and we've turned it into big food. You know, how fast can we culture the cheese and get it back on the shelf?
How can we get it back on the shelf? And then also, to your point, how long can it stay on the shelf?
Right.
Right. I mean, we're going to do a snack cast on milk, and I believe that they are actually removing the expiration dates from milk. That is a thing that is in the process. It's in the works. And the reason behind it will kind of surprise you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Stay tuned.
So let's look. So my wife's all-cat.
Yeah.
They actually gave her this little print. I printed it to paper. The actual one is about like this, and it hangs on our fridge so that we can
gentle reminder of don't eat that.
Kind of be paying attention to. Well, she had one food that flagged as never, ever eat.
Don't touch that.
Asparagus.
She likes it, right?
She loves it. It's definitely a top 5, maybe her favorite vegetable. You know. So, yeah, asparagus was off the list. But some of the things that did track to the histamine list, sardines, she doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
Tuna, she does care about that. She likes her tuna salads and tuna sandwiches.
That must be a female thing because I do not like tuna fish.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I like it. But some of the more normal, tomato, eggplant, zucchini, and spinach are all histamine foods.
Yeah.
And she did.
Eggplant, tomato ketchup.
Yeah, tomatoes.
Spinach.
So, obviously, she is sensitive to the histamine stuff. You mentioned the dairy. Her all-cat test said, eliminate these foods. Cow's milk, goat's milk, lactose, sheep milk. Is there any other milk? Don't go there. It's
Almond milk?
Well, I think actually almonds is on her. I don't think almonds is on the histamine list, though.
But it's on her.
But it is on her avoid.
Okay.
Fairly lengthy list of, you can see the red was asparagus, and then it goes into the orange, which is avoid if you can, and then it goes into the yellow, which is occasionally you can have it, but you know, I think the doctor actually told her no more frequent than every 4 days should she have something on this list.
You know, I just had a crazy thought in my head, and I don't know if we're going to do it or not, but so what kind of shape you're in and what kind of shape your body's in your ability to have some of these things that are in the red zone.
Yeah.
Does that determine the reaction process? All right, I'll give you a good example of where I'm going with this. I come off a 72-hour fast where my body's had the chance to pretty much kick out anything and everything that I might have been fighting, might have been working on. My immune system's at a restful state, and I go and have peanuts. Same reactionary process as if I've been on really crappy food for 4 or 5 days and then go have peanuts. Like I said, I don't know if I want to be the guinea pig on that.
Let's try it.
But what kind of shape your body is in before you have one of those red items or orange items, does that determine?
So to your point,
I'm going to swell shut.
In this journey of simply trying to eat better, eliminate some of these allergen foods, I think she's down 17 pounds.
Holy, dude, I saw her the other day and I was like, not talking to your wife. No, but I saw her the other day and I'm like, holy cow, she looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't even, it's like, I think she wanted to lose a little bit of weight, but that wasn't the goal. Was for both of us to,
figure out what's up.
Figure out, it goes back to lies my doctor told me, right? And skin cancer, and
that's why I wanted. Your skin is what you. I didn't want to lose any weight. I wanted to figure out what's going on.
Right. So I said, listen, what I'd like you to do is in like 6 months of successfully eliminating this stuff, go back and take it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna send my wife. I've been harping on it for a couple weeks now, and I think I'm gonna send her for her very similar for her sensitivity test, and then probably the ALCAT, because I think a lot of people. I think when you're not losing weight, it's often a situation of you're inflamed.
Right. Oh, dude, there's stuff on. So
your body's on fire.
The Everlywell food sensitivity told her, stay away from chicken. Turkey's good. You know where I'm going with
the exact opposite.
It is the exact opposite. Turkey is in the orange for her, and chicken is a green light. She is allergic to turkey at some level. Turkey. She's also allergic to pork. You know that I like
his call words on a lot of his passwords and stuff is I love bacon.
Right.
If you want to hack Scott, you type in he's going to go change all his passwords now. But his passwords used to be I love bacon for a lot of things.
Dude, I like to smoke food. I like to cook, period. But ribs and pulled pork and Easter ham. She can't have Easter ham anymore.
To your point, when she gets down to a reasonable range that she wants to be in, and she's been doing this for 6 months, you wait, and I bet you that these things change.
I think you're right.
It goes back to my analysis of like, all right, if I'm in a really good spot, am I really still allergic to this stuff, or can your body deal a lot better? Or did orange become yellow or green?
And for a month, she cut out chicken
and totally
ate turkey all the time. So how much was her immune system compromised when she took this? Because she had literally been loading it with the stuff that she's allergic to.
Right.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to circle back. We'll definitely, whenever that does happen, we'll definitely recap it here and see if there was any change. From one list to the other.
This is a great one. This was a great one because this got me just thinking over and over. Weight is a funny thing. And the things that you think, are... Again, I think there's just your body's having reactions, and what do we know about cortisol and weight gain, right?
Yeah.
And if your body's in a stressed state, you're not going to lose the weight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really mind opening.
Awakening.
Awakening for us, because some of this stuff is very middle of the road. She's allergic to grouper. She's allergic to red snapper. I mean, this is clean fish that I bet you most people never even considered there could be an allergen to, So it's been really eye-opening. And, we are doing our best to meal prep in accordance to this so that she has plenty to eat. I'm trying to stick to it with her. I've never done a food sensitivity or allergen test. But I'm simply trying to, out of, moral support, I guess. And if nothing else, I'm cutting out histamine foods, which a week ago I didn't even know existed.
6 months from now, let's revisit this.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be mind-blowing.
Let's get your wife on one too.
Yeah.
I'd like to check it out. So that's it, guys. We learn new stuff all the time around here. And
that's part of it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's called the ALCAT, ALCAT. ALCAT or ALCAT, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But, and I'll continue to report back on any of the things she sees improvement with, whether it's the weight gain. We mentioned before that she gets a little bit of the psoriasis back here on her hairline behind her left
Started
ear.
going away? How's it doing?
I don't think there's been massive improvement. But, I said, look, you're like a week or two into getting this test. And prior to that, she was loading herself with histamine things. So I think it'll take some time, but I'll definitely report on it.
Okay.
So questions, comments, concerns, hate mail, love letters. Hit us at snackcast@yes.fit.
Stay moving.
See you.